Welcome, 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 everybody. My name is Amista, and I'm here just to do a little bit of psychic tarot reading, have some fun, meet some people, just see what kind of things we can look at and find out about tonight. So let's see here. I want to go ahead and clear these cards and get them ready for our online session for our reading tonight. Let's see what we have. I also want to try that. Wow, we had a card pop out, 8 of Wands coming up in reverse. This talks about a slowdown in communication or a lack of communication. My gosh, normally I don't have cards coming out like crazy. 5 of Wands. This talks about, some kind of competitive thing going on, some type of competition, whether it's formal or informal. So very interesting, some of the things that Spirit is throwing out there for us to be taking a peek at. Of course, we do have Mercury in retrograde. That would talk about the idea of a slowdown in communication, that type of stuff. So that would make sense. So we're going to go ahead and clear the cards. We'll do my first spread, which y'all know that's my favorite. What is it that is our best manifestation advice for the next 24 hours? Nomad, hello, hello, welcome. Can you hear me okay? What happened is I tried to share this on my Facebook page, and it took me out of this page whenever I clicked the Facebook button. And so then I had to come back. Loud and clear. Good, good, good. Yay! I'm very excited about that. I have a new headset, and my new headset outdid my computer. So then I had to go get a new computer because my headset the sound was fading in and out. So I had to upgrade my computer. So I'm very happy to be sounding loud and clear. So Mercury went into retrograde on the 25th. And when Mercury's in retrograde, that's a good time to not be buying anything that has a lot of moving parts, things like vehicles, computers, stuff like that, because a lot of times you're going to end up rethinking that or redoing that. And so, like when I bought my new computer, I actually bought one, brought it home. It didn't work right. I got another one to replace it. I got the same exact model. It didn't work right either. I went back. I had to get a third one before I was done. So redoing. And that was all the day before Mercury retrograde. That was just in the shadow period. So if you're going to do something, you kind of have to expect that there's going to be some rethinking or redoing if you're going to buy something with a lot of moving parts during Mercury retrograde. Cheryl Ford, hello, hello. I ended up buying from Best Buy. And the first one I got, I hadn't really heard of that brand name before. It was a Gigabyte. I plugged in my headset. It recognized it on the first one, but it wouldn't talk to the headset. It wouldn't let me hear things on the headset, and it wouldn't let me say things. So I thought, okay, well, it's probably just one's defective. Somebody missed a connection somewhere, didn't solder it right, whatever. So I exchanged it for another one exactly like that. And that one didn't even recognize the headset. So then I ended up coming back home with a Lenovo on the third try. And I like Lenovo's. I've had at least 3 or 4 of them already, maybe 5 of them. I trust them. Well, technically it should have been compatible, but whatever. I'm happy now, and I like it that I'm loud. I think this is the first time I've ever been loud in a video. Usually I've always been very soft-spoken on the videos. All right, let's do manifestation advice. Think about, what do you guys want to manifest for the next 24 hours? Cheryl, I hope I said hello to you. Glad you're here. I want to think about what I want to manifest over the next 24 hours. Okay, what's our best manifestation advice? Usually I don't take time to focus in like that. I let y'all do y'all's manifestation. This time I was like, I need to do that. I did. Good. Oh, yay. Alicia. Hello, hello. Best manifestation advice is what we're pulling for the next 24 hours. Be thinking about what you want to manifest so you know what this will apply to. Woo! Okay. Queen of Swords comes up first. Queen of Swords in reverse, as a matter of fact. Now, my Queen of Swords in reverse basically says it's time to cut off any baloney. My Queen of Swords is somebody who, she's been through a lot. She's been through some tragedy. She may have even had a spouse die. Many times she has. She also can be an air sign, somebody who can be very logical. And she's somebody that, because of her experiences in life, she can see BS walking. Okay. See that sword? She can cut it out. She can see BS walking 10 miles away. This basically is saying, when it comes up in reverse, cut off any baloney. Anything that's not helping us to manifest what we want to manifest, anything that's distracting us, it's time to cut that out. All right. Now, bum, 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 bum. Knight of Cups coming up in reverse. Knight of Cups coming up in reverse basically says it's time to take care of ourselves emotionally. It's time for us to take care of us emotionally, not to be counting on somebody else to take care of us emotionally. So, if we're looking for somebody else to take care of us emotionally and then they don't show up, that can send us into a headspin. So it's time for us to take care of our emotional selves. That way we can stay non-distracted. And then the last card, the Nine of Wands showing up in reverse, basically says go with the flow. Nine of Wands right side up is making preparations. So in reverse, it's like we don't need all those preparations. It's time to just go with the flow. So cut out the BS, take care of ourselves emotionally, and then go with the flow of the opportunities that show up. Don't try to be in a box and restricted. Look at those brown feathers. Do you know what brown feathers do for you, Alicia? Self-care for the new year. Heck yeah. Self-care for the new year. All right, let's see. I'll tell you what, guys. I think everybody in here, I know your first name. So if you want me to read something, go ahead and put your question in the chat. Or if you want a message from Spirit, put message from Spirit in the chat. And I'm just going to, I started doing this on TikTok the other day. We got the world card in reverse for right now. Means things are not exactly ideal. And anyway, when I was on TikTok the other day, I just, whoever's question I saw first, that was whoever I read for first. So let's do that. Message from Spirit for Cheryl. I think that's going to, if I can make this work here too, that'll save us some time rather than guessing. Although I like to have interaction in the chat, so I don't know how long we'll do this. So if we're not going to do a lot of interaction, then if you guys don't mind sharing the chat, that would be incredibly helpful so that other people could come in and get a reading as well. All right, best message for Cheryl. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback reading. I don't know why I couldn't think of that name for a second. What are you talking about? Talking too much, Alicia? Oh, the brown feathers, creativity or talking too much? No. Well, I mean, it could for some people. But whenever I was looking at feathers, because I was finding a lot of them there for a while, a brown feather is one that keeps you hidden from your enemies. They can't find you to mess with you. Let's see. So, Cheryl Ford, message from Spirit. What do we have? Everybody else be looking for a piggyback. What do we have? Happy day after Thanksgiving, everybody. Did you guys get any Black Friday deals? Did y'all go shopping? I was working at the store, so I did not go shopping. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, message from Spirit starts with this. Did you find anything good, Desiree? We have the Ten of Swords showing up in reverse. This is my It Ain't Over, Baby card. That's what this card says. And that is covered by the Fool. All right. So very interesting how we have this. This looks like, Cheryl, you have some kind of new beginning that you just know that you 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 know that it's the right thing to do, whether it's logical or not. You know that it just feels right. And it looks to me like this new beginning got off to some kind of false start, because underneath of it we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. This says it ain't over. So I'm going to say that this new beginning that was a leap of faith got off to a bad start, and maybe a bumpy start. And this basically is saying, that's okay. Don't stress. It's a good one. It's going to keep right on going. Okay. So that's the first part of our message. That's what Spirit wants to talk to you about. Let's see. It was snowing. Where are you, Alicia? A new blender and a new boots. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You've told me that before. All right, so Cheryl, best advice or heads up around this situation we have the Ace of Swords. This is a brand new, fantastic idea. That's probably what's getting this thing back off the ground again. Two of Pentacles coming up in reverse. Well, this is really related to our manifestation advice. Two of Pentacles in reverse says we're letting something fall away that we were handling, that we were, had the plate full and we were juggling the plates. This says I'm not juggling the plates anymore. I'm really focused. So not letting things distract us. New idea about how you can do things without being distracted. And the Ace of Wands. And this has to do with inspiring other people. So not pushing, not goading, not lighting a fire under their booties, but inspiring other people. All right. So that's what we have. I hope that makes sense for you, Miss Cheryl. Boo-ba-da-doo-doo. How tall are your boots, Desiree? Ankle boots, calf boots, thigh-high boots. Trying to picture this now in my mind. Desiree is already an exotic name, so I'm automatically picturing thigh-high, probably burgundy, really slick, sophisticated boots. I could be wrong. Maybe black boots. I don't know. All right, so let's see here. You're quite welcome, Miss Cheryl. Black ankle boots. Gotcha. I have some of those. All right, so let's see here. That was Cheryl. Nomad wants a message from Spirit because she needs career advice. I normally don't pick the topic. Should we just look at best advice for your career for right now? Do you want to do that instead? Okay. Show me best advice for Desiree for her career right now. What would that be? By the way, guys, thank you for the thumbs ups and thank you for sharing this video so others can get readings too. All right, best advice. Best advice. Ooh. Okay, so Desiree, so I have some context around this. Do you have an employer, or do you have your own business, or are you a sole proprietor? That's going to help me with context straight up for that first card, I can tell you right now. Employer. Okay. That's interesting. Well, you've definitely got some changes happening here and some shakeups. We're starting off, for your advice, we're starting off with the Three of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Three of Pentacles talks about not collaborating with somebody. Okay. So if this is somebody at work that wants you to work together with them on a project and it's really not your deal, this is you saying, nope, sorry, I have my own work to do. This also could be, if you're considering walking away from a company, this could be that. This is not collaborating, okay? So now look here. I kind of wonder if you're not walking away from a full-time job and getting a couple of part-time jobs, or maybe a part-time job and a side gig or something like that with the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is my juggler. They've got a lot going on. They're busy. And they're just trying to meet all the demands. And it may be even hectic for them to meet all these demands, but they're handling it. Okay. So this almost to me, I mean, this totally smacks of bye to something that maybe takes too many hours and doesn't leave you enough options and doesn't pay you enough, to allowing you to get a couple of part-time things, or maybe your own gig and a part-time thing, but getting a couple of things going on. Hello there, Joanne. Welcome, welcome. Now, this next card, the Five of Wands, showing up here for you, Desiree. Five of Wands talks about this idea of not letting the distractions pull you away from your mission. So staying very focused, keeping your head down, working on whatever this is you want to work on. And because this came up after my Two of Pentacles, this can talk about, I'm really working hard. I'm putting in the time at a couple of different situations here. I'm staying focused. I'm not allowing myself to be distracted while I do that. Trying to find your yellow brick road. Yellow brick road. I would say follow your happiness and you'll be right there. And then we can always do a reading that might show you your yellow brick road. We can ask that. We can ask that. In fact, I actually get asked that quite a bit. You would be surprised. Now, la da 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 da. That would be more of a bigger reading to really sink our teeth into that, though. Not like something we would do here. Next up, we've got the Tower coming up in reverse. Now, I like the Tower in reverse. This talks about after some kind of shakeup, and sometimes we cause the shakeup, by the way. But after the shakeup, we see you coming into a place of recovery. Tower in reverse talks about whatever it was that made you feel secure and safe that vanished. This talks about finding something else that makes you feel secure and safe, and also allows for you to grow. So it gives you actually more opportunities. It's a better situation than the one you left, because you had sort of topped out there. You'd hit the glass ceiling there. This allows you to grow more. So we like that. So that's career advice. So this is basically Spirit saying, if you leave this place and you work really hard at whatever all you're doing and keep from being distracted, you find yourself in a better position than you are when you were actually working this place, which is what you're doing now. All right. And our last card, Six of Swords in reverse. This keeps you from having to move. So I don't know if you were thinking that you're either going to have to move or do something different. This card says you don't have to move on. It also does talk about the idea that there is a lifestyle change here. I think that lifestyle changes. This is pretty busy. But if you're doing what you love, then busy is not bad. I can say that from personal experience. And then if you want to get a reading, I do offer personal readings. My shortest one's 30 minutes. And we can ask, what's your best path moving forward? I'll put down a little Norman spread with 9 cards, and we'll look at all the clues we can find to get you pointed in the right direction. All right, so let's see. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alicia, do you want a reading? And Joanne, do you want a reading? So Alicia and Joanne, if either one of you want a reading, I just need you to put in the chat box whatever your question is that you want a reading for, or I want you to put in their message from Spirit if you just want a message from Sacred Spirit. Either way, if you want a reading, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Thank you for all the thumbs ups here, guys, and thank you for all your support in getting this video out to the world. The more people I get to read for, the happier I am. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. If there's anybody else in the room that wants a reading, please make sure that you put your first name in the chat box along with your question. Or if you just want a message from Spirit, you can just type message from Spirit in the chat box. Message from Spirit for Joanne Leon. I don't remember that name, Leon. Have you been here before? Joanne Leon, message from Spirit. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Boo-ba-doo. Alicia may not be here anymore. I'm not sure. Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, wow. Whoa. What is your sign, Joanne? You've got a lot of fire showing up in your situation, but I don't think it's you here. Boop-a-da-doo. I actually need to clarify something before I start talking, too. You haven't told me what your sign is. Scorpio. You're a Scorpio? Well, welcome, welcome. Me too. What's your birthday? Hello there, Jamie's Cowboys. Welcome, welcome. I need to ask my question before I put down cards. Okay, so we've got two people showing up here in your situation. That's what I needed to know. We have two court cards, and I didn't know if it was talking about two different aspects of one person or if it was two people. Okay, so Joanne. Everybody else be looking out for a piggyback message. What we're starting off with here is the King of Wands. This is going to be somebody who has fire strong in their chart, whether it's their rising sign, sun sign, or just they have a lot of planets in the fire areas. But this is going to be somebody who is very outgoing. They think outside the box. They don't let culture and society tell them how they should do things. Great at problem solving because they don't think inside the box all the time. And generally optimistic. Okay. So that's one person showing up. Now, this person is crossed by the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands is probably younger than our King of Wands that we had showing up. Okay. So Knight of Wands crossing the King of Wands. This is somebody who's a little bit younger. And this is somebody who I think the King of Wands is trying to come to some kind of agreement with or some kind of commitment with. Maybe they just want to be like, are you coming to Christmas? Or, I would like to show you how to do this life skill or this job skill. When can you come over and learn this? These are just examples, but I mean, I really think our King of Wands is trying to show something to the Knight of Wands or help the Knight of Wands in some way. But the Knight of Wands is really having a hard time making a commitment to show up and receive whatever this King of Wands has for them. Okay. Now, these are two people in your sphere of influence. And for you to get a reading to have other people show up in your situation, that means that these people are having a direct influence on your life. That's why you need to know about them instead of you, because usually our readings are about you. So you need to know about them this time. You were born on the 5th. Wow, my significant other who passed away, who is the reason I know I'm psychic, was born on that same day, but in 1958. Glad you're here. Welcome, Scorpio. Same birthday as Scott. All right, best advice or heads up here. Justice card in reverse. And what I'm hearing when I pick up this card for you is divorce yourself from this situation. This isn't divorcing yourself from a person. This is like whatever the situation is where there's the frustration because the younger person can't commit to receiving whatever it is that the older fire sign wants to give to them. Stay out of it. If you're already entangled in it, cut yourself free. Look at that sword. Cut yourself right on out of that. Now, why? Because you want the 10 of Cups. You want to be happier than what you are. And when you're right in the middle of their mess and their drama, pretty hard to find your happiness. And then the 3 of Cups says, instead of hanging out with these two that are disagreeing with each other, better to hang out with like-minded people who are like-minded to you so that you can get your peace back. People who are supportive and sort of on the same page. Okay? I hope that makes sense for you, my dear. What would Spirit say about your life on your birthday? Well, actually, if you're into astrology, what you'd want to do is you would want to print out your chart for your birthday, and you would want to look at that, because what your chart says on your birthday is going to be the main themes for the rest of that year up until your birthday again. And that's called a solar return. And so that's a solar return chart. Or if somebody reads that for you, it's a solar return reading. Yep, Jamie. Is Jamie your real first name? Sounds like your daughter and boyfriend. Yep. Divorce yourself from the situation. I'm actually thinking about starting to offer those readings. Jamie is your real name. Okay. So, since that's your real name, then the next step is put your question in the chat box, or if you just want a message from Sacred Spirit, just put message from Spirit in the chat box, and I'll be happy to look at that for you. If there's anybody that I've missed, then put your question back in or message from Spirit. I think I've got everybody, though. I'm actually thinking about offering those pretty soon, Nomad. I haven't got them on my website yet. When was your birthday? Oh, you're quite welcome, Joanne. I'll tell you what, if you want to be my first guinea pig, all of us have a practice, us doctors, us psychics, us psychotherapists, we all have a practice, so everybody's a guinea pig. If you want to be my first guinea pig, then go to my website, find my phone number, text me, and I'll do your solar return chart for $45 or $50, something like that. 28 January. Okay. Jamie wants to know. Oh, that's too open, honey. Okay, so Jamie, first of all, from your spelling, I'm guessing you're a female. Will you get a communication soon? Everybody gets phone calls, text messages pretty regularly. So I think we need to ask what you really want to know. So an example might be like, will I get a communication from Bryce within the next 2 weeks? So let's put a time frame on it. Soon is not a time frame. And let's put another name in there so that we know who we want to know about the communication from. Because otherwise I might get, you're going to get a communication in about 10 minutes, and it might be your phone company saying your phone bill's due. We want to ask what you really want to know. I mean, really, Spirit takes these questions very literally. I have learned over time. I've been doing this since 2012, guys. And Spirit takes these questions pretty literally, so it's really important to frame your questions right when you're reading. Okay. Jamie wants to know, will her friend Katie talk to her? We're going to say within 2 weeks. Will Jamie's friend Katie talk to her within the next 2 weeks from this moment? That's really odd. Okay, thank you. That's what I needed to know. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. So let's look at these cards and let's walk through them. The answer, by the way, is yes. Within 2 weeks, yes. And I'm going to say probably about a week from now. Emperor in reverse. You have no control over when she's going to reach out to you. Okay, so you can jump up and down and hold your breath and everything else. You have no control. Magician in reverse. You can't manifest whenever she reaches out to you. It's not up to you. Okay. World card is when I think she's reaching out to you. This is about a week out. This talks about the ideal, and it talks about the end of a cycle. So I don't know. In 2 weeks, is that when Mercury goes back direct? I don't even know. I don't know when it goes back direct, but that might be. Now, this is really interesting. This kind of threw me at first because normally I would consider these no cards, but the way they came up, I kind of thought, maybe we're talking about what she has to say. So, the first card, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. She's going to be giving you some kind of good information or good advice about something whenever she does actually start communicating again. And the Ace of Wands, she's going to say something that makes you really inspired. Very interesting. And both aces those are new things. Those are beginning things. So I think, especially with this world card, this is the completion of a phase in your relationship. And I think you guys are starting a whole new phase with 2 ones right after that. That's a whole new beginning. You're quite welcome. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good sign. And I did put down cards just to clarify that I was understanding that as a yes correctly. So we know that. We know that. So here's the thing that happened to me whenever I was just learning. I started doing yes and no spreads. And so 5 cards would be a yes or no spread. I have certain cards that are yeses, certain cards that are nos. If I got 5 cards one way or the other, I knew my answer. If I got 4 cards one way or the other, I knew my answer, and I figured the off card was trying to tell us an extra little detail that Spirit also wanted to say besides yes or no. Now that I've been reading longer, Spirit has graduated me to saying yes or no, but not necessarily with the same cards that I used to use. It's like they're like, okay, it's time to up level. We want to talk to you about more stuff. Figure it out. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to ask a specific question, it's going to take the specifics. So if you want to ask a general wide open question, you're welcome to do that. However, I may not waste my time on looking at it, because if you ask a real wide open question, then you're going to get a real wide open answer. And that real wide open answer may or may not be usable. And I'm not here to play. I'm here to come up with answers that you guys can actually use. I'm not a $5 pop a nickel in the belly button type of psychic where she spits out the answers out of her mouth and you can take that answer or leave it. I'm trying to do a good job here. Yep. All right. Is there anybody in the room that I have not read for already? If so, speak now or forever hold your peace. And Nomad, I don't know. I don't think I put my phone on silent. Don't forget to text me. Do you live in the U.S., Nomad? You're quite welcome. I'm thinking you do. You can just text me direct. If you don't live in the U.S., you can get a hold of me on WhatsApp, same phone number. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I don't see anybody else here who wants a reading, so I think it's time for me to take off. Those of you who are new here, if you want to catch my next live stream, then you want to make sure that you subscribe and that you hit the notification bell and that notifications are turned on your device, whether that's a phone or a tablet or whatever, so you know next time I go live. I am also starting to upload weeklies. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any done for this next week. I've got a class to teach tomorrow, and I'm kind of running out of time between the holiday and that. But pretty soon I'll be doing weeklies every week as well. I would have to look at my calendar and see what I've got going on your birthday. But I'm going to want your birth information before then so that I can prepare it, so I don't waste a bunch of your time just, looking everything up. I'm going to want to have everything ready. And I might even, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to want your birth information first. Thank you, Ms. Cheryl. Thank you, everybody, for being here and keeping me company. I appreciate you all so much. Peace out.